Hey guys, what's going on? So welcome back to the channel. Today we have another deck profile for you guys. So I've been testing a couple around the last few weeks with Sky Striker, and I found a really good build to show you guys. So I'll be testing at locals, testing online, and it's been doing very well. So I know the deck has been hit on the ban list. However, due to the other decks being hit, I feel like this deck is still relevant, still compete, and for you older Sky Striker players, if you have put down the cards due to the ban list, I suggest picking them back up because this deck is really strong. And if you're a new player and you want to pick up the cards, they're really cheap right now. I mean, you can pick up like I know this build will probably cost about £80, and that would be including main and the extra, and maybe slightly more for the side deck. I know my side decks aren't that budget. However, I always say with my side decks, they're always dependent on the format. So yeah, so I'm gonna get straight into the video. And if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned on Twitter as well. I do updates on there. I do meta updates, discussions. So yeah, so feel free to stay in the channel update vlog in the comments below. And so yeah, so I'll get straight into the video. So 40 card main, and I'll be showing you guys the main, extra, and the side. So to start things off, oops, spoiler. 3 Ray. So obviously Ray's best card, fantastic, absolutely amazing. And then for the hand traps, play 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, and 2 Impermanent. So no effect Veiler, and only 2 Ghost Ogre. However, I feel like this ratio is really nice, it works really well. As the format changes, I probably will change the ratio of hand traps, but at the moment this format, this ratio works really well. But you guys can test your ratios of hand traps, and if you guys find something a bit better, just leave a comment in the below, and I read all comments. So yeah, so this is what I work with anyway. I've tested it and it works really well. So that is it for the monsters and the hand traps. So we're getting to the spells, and of course play 3 engage, 3 Widow Anchor, the 1 multi-roll, 3 Area 0, and the 1 terraforming. These cards at the top, don't really need to explain them, they're really good. It makes the deck a lot, makes the deck what it is. And then of course the 3 Area 0 with the 1 terraforming. I know people were suggesting playing 2, and I would not disagree with that. But for consistency purposes, I feel like 3 is a lot better. However, it does suck seeing this card in multiples in your opening hand when your opening hand isn't brilliant. But purely because we want to see cards, I recommend 3. So that is my that's my ratio so far. So we get into the rest of the striker spells, and we play 2 Shot Cannon. I think this card's amazing at 2. The 1 Hornet Drones, Afterburner, Jamming Waves, Eager Booster, and the Hero Space. Really standard. I don't need to explain too much. I've seen people at the ratios of these from 1 to 2, and again I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I just feel like it's better at the 1-ofs. Next, for the non-striker spells, you play Foolish Berry Goods with the Metaflux Fusion. This engine's fantastic, I love it. And then 3 MST. So people were saying Cosmic Cyclone is better. However, MST provides more utility for popping your own Area 0 if needs be. So yeah, I recommend 3, but however, if you want to drop it to 2, or if you want to add in 3 Cosmic Cyclones, I wouldn't disagree with that either, because I think the deck's really utile. You can play these 3, you can even main deck Twin Twister, which I was main decking for a while, and in Go second variants you can play 2 Twin Twister, and then maybe some more of these. So I think 3 is nice though, it comes up, and it's just good generic spot removal. Also for consistency cards, play Rota and the Upstart. So that is it for the spells. Really solid, works really well. So far I wouldn't change anything. But early days yet in the format. So I accidentally dropped this card earlier, but 3 Judgment. So this deck is this card is insane in the deck. Negating the summon is huge. It stops turns. It's fantastic at 3, and especially in a deck like this. So it's a more control variant. This card's fantastic. and then obviously if you go late into time, you just side it out. Simple as. It stops turns, it wins games, and in a deck like this, I feel like 3 Judgment is amazing, and I would not take it out, honestly. It's that good. Even if you do want to main deck it, I recommend side decking it for games too, but then, you know, I feel like it's better in the main deck because you can really surprise your opponent. Not many people see it coming this in the game 1, so yeah, Solid is such a good card. So that is it, 40 card main deck. So far I wouldn't change anything, still testing of course, and it's still early days in the format. But yeah, it's worked well for me, so I recommend you guys just picking cards up, having a go, let me know what you think. And yeah, so extra deck, 1 Kagari, 3 Shizuku, 3 Hiyate, and the 2 Kaina. So this is your Strikers links. I cannot wait for this Prismatic Secret Rays to come out for these guys in the Mega Tins. They're going to be fantastic, and I've been holding off my investment until then. So for the ultis, I was thinking again like an ulti Kagari, however I just feel like the Prismatics sort of they're more me. So yeah, so that's the ratio of links. I feel like that's quite standard. And then for the rest of the extract, I play the Phoenix, Unicorn, which is getting a reprint, Buffy's getting a reprint, Ningetsu, Top Watch Bomber, Borrowload, and Borrowsword. So I do not play Super Poly, however I would not disagree with people side decking Super Poly and maybe taking out Bomber and Borrowload, or even the Borrowsword. So any of these 3 you can take out, replace with a Chimera, the Salamangreat, Violet Chimera, or the Starving Venom Fusion. So yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I think Super Poly's broke, and if you guys want to side deck it, that's really good. That's a good option. So yeah, that's my side deck, what I'm playing. And of course the side deck, play the 3 Bank Drops, 3 Rasivos, so he's Thunder Dragon, any Guard Dragon combos, even Pendulum. This card's nuts, just outs the entire board for the cost of the normal summon, which his deck does not need, because you can just search Hornet Drones and just go off on strike players from there. The side deck, 3 Twin Twister, 3 Evenly for the mirror match and for back row hate. This can be swapped out for like maybe Lancia. I just felt like sometimes this card with Judgment being a free, it can get stopped really easily. So maybe I'd switch out for Lancia. I took Lancia out because I thought Orcus was not as prominent. However, I played Orcus in my locals last week. I just beat them. However, Lancia would have been a lot better. It would have made the game a lot easier. And then last 3 cards played, they can only be 1, or they can be only 1. Yeah, this card's nuts. You can probably main deck it and get away with it, to be honest. It's that good. And yeah, so that's the deck. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and stay tuned with the channel on Twitter, and I'll see you guys soon.